Let's get this party started.
Coverage tight, spotlight on tomorrow. Who you with? Trust, you'll be delighted that you followed. At Phirst Contention, the invention. We debate sports, of course we should mention. What's that? We cover games, we don't play suspensions. We 100, so if your star's missing, we let you know your squad surely gone fishing. We never fish though, no, not our motto. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention.
Phirst Contention, what's going on? Your boy Marv Banks back in the building, here with the main man, Ty Walsosina. Ty, what's up, bro?
Salutations, everybody. Welcome to another installment of Phirst Contention, and the themes keep coming. Marv.
What's up, man? What's really going on? I mean, like,
¿Qué pasó?
what's going on with the Cowboys? What's up with your main man, Ryan Mallett? And of course, NBA's kicking off. What's going on in the NBA, man?
Me and Mallet, I don't know, dude.
Man,
We
whatever.
have no affiliations.
That's
We
not
don't look
what I
alike.
heard.
We ain't got. There's nothing on the family tree. It's nothing.
That's not what I heard.
You heard wrong.
Anyways.
We sport on deals, on court.
What's really going on, though, Ty? NBA season kicking off. It's like a second Christmas.
That's right, baby.
Yeah.
Opening night, the same night as the World Series. So we're gonna check the ratings after tonight. But let's start with the biggest headline heading into the NBA season 2015, Marv.
Easy. LA Clippers, man. You know, you have CP3, you got Blake, you got Doc. They added Paul Pierce. They added Lance Stevenson. They still got JJ. And they also reacquired DeAndre Jordan because, you know, he had left. Then they had locked him in his home. Then he had came back. I mean, this is probably the biggest storyline since the decision. You know what I mean? So he agreed to sign with Dallas, then kind of did 180. He was like, I really don't like Dallas. I'm really going to come back. So this is a time for the Clippers right now. If they don't get it done this year, then it could be piece to one of the pieces of the big three.
Now, the question was about headline. I like DeAndre because Barnes and Fisher gave him a run for his money with the offseason headline. I'm going to go out to the East. LeBron James and the Cavs, can they do it? This is besides the fact that he's been to the Eastern Conference Finals and the Finals for the past 5 years.
Five times.
My man's is running the team. He is the one responsible for everyone who came back, inking them to new contracts. LeBron has his hands on this team. And so Jordan's going to get clicks. The Clippers going to get clicks. But we all know anything with the NBA and LeBron James, the king, that's going to get clicks. Headline.
Yeah.
We sport on deals, on court.
The King didn't win a ring last year, but we know who did. It was the Golden State Warriors. So
I see you segue.
Yeah,
I see you segue.
You like that?
Let's go.
But yo, can the Warriors repeat? Do you think are they able to repeat? Can they repeat, Ty?
You want the long answer or the short answer?
Both.
All right, I'll give you a short answer. No.
Oh wow.
Long answer time. Steve Kerr, amazing first year as their head coach. He's out with a back injury, okay? So that's going to affect their win totals. Sidebar, the 49ers compared Coach Tom Sewell to Steve Kerr, but that's a whole nother
The level
topic.
of disrespect.
Yes, obviously you're inside the West. Everyone stayed healthy. We know how Steph Curry, his weapon is that three ball is handling. But if those ankles start to buckle in again, they're in a world of trouble. Spurs and Clippers had each other in the first round. The Spurs will be stronger this year.
They will be.
It's the West. It is Kevin Durant is back, everybody. The Thunder, you'll have to contend with a healthy, hopefully, Thunder team. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, they could repeat. There's a chance they can. But just like you said, Ty, I can't see it. It's so hard in the West, and the West is all about matchups. I mean, you said the Clippers, you said the Spurs, you said Oklahoma City Thunder, but what about the team they faced in the conference finals? You know, you got a healthy Dwight Howard coming back. You got Ty Lawson and stuff coming back. You know, stir it up. stir it. Get the stirring it up. You know what I mean? But can can they come back? Can they win it all? Yeah, they can. But like you said, they got LaMarcus Aldridge. Then they got David West for the cheap. Oh man, the Spurs look legit again this year. Spurs revenge factor.
We sport on deals, on court.
Year in and year out, the Spurs are a contender. In the West, who is the biggest contender? You listed a bunch of them, but now we got to pick one. Who's the biggest contender in the West?
Spurs. Unfortunately enough, it's the Spurs.
Surprise.
The Spurs. And they don't even spend money in free agencies, which is the crazy part. But this year, they was like, LaMarcus, come on down. You know, David West, come on down for the dirt.
Time for the West Side.
Yeah, for real. And he gave up $11 million just to come down. I don't know if I could have gave up $11 million. I mean, trade me if I was part of the Pacers organization. Look, trade me down to the Spurs. But, he gave up $11-12 million to come down there. So, Spurs, man. Spurs. Unfortunately, it's the Spurs.
Word. I can dig it. Clippers. Clippers. You got the Spurs have a great coach, man. You got Doc Rivers. Call me a huge Chris Paul fan. You got CP3, the general on the court. This is a team that was this close to advancing into the Western Conference Finals. Why? Because they didn't have that killer instinct. They didn't have someone who had been there who can put them over the edge. Now you got Paul Pierce. Paul, the truth, I call game Pierce, okay? And so you think Pierce and Doc gonna let that stuff, them shenanigans that happened last year, happen again? I don't think so. Blake Griffin keeps getting better. If DeAndre could just hit 5 more free throws a game, literally just 5, but I'm gonna give it to the Clippers.
I'm gonna have to say the Spurs once again.
Hey, only time will tell.
I'm about to say Spurs once again. But so who do you have going to the NBA Finals out of the West? Is it the Clippers? You got the Clippers reaching the finals. Can Chris Paul get over the hump and finally do it?
I believe. Paul Pierce and Chris Paul can get it done this year. I got them going to the finals. Even though you got to contend with a healthy Oklahoma team. Don't forget Billy Donovan in his first year as their head coach. So that's not, you don't just go from college to pros and just swim through. How about yourself?
I got the Spurs. I know it's very basic, very mundane, but this kind of how
just
the Spurs.
Like the team.
Just the Spurs.
We sport on deals, on court.
I guess the real question is, in the East, do we have the Cavaliers or do we have the Field?
We'll go with the Cavs. We'll go with the
Cavs.
We're sorry. It's a debate show, but I mean, again, 5 years straight in the Eastern Conference Finals and in the finals. So I mean, it's
six.
for the. We just gonna add it right there? Just throw it on there.
5, then add the other one. Make that 6.
Ohio, you are witnesses. We'll see if we can witness LeBron finally do it again. His imprint is this is his team.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it. He should win coach, executive, president, player, most improved, 6-man, any other awards, comeback. All those awards should just go to LeBron. Just send them over to LeBron.
Comeback because I mean he did come back to the squad. I mean,
to what most people say, the land, quote unquote.
It'll be interesting to see. Do you think he takes PTO this year? In the middle of the season?
Oh, yeah, definitely so. It might be like 3 weeks. I mean, he already had an ejection in his back. So, we'll see. But definitely Cavs over everybody else.
Our eyes on you, Cleveland. Word came down in August that Minnesota Timberwolves' great coach, Flip Saunders, was being treated for Hodgkin lymphoma. Suffered a setback in September. Now in August, doctors said it was treatable. Suffered that setback in September, and then 1 month later, we find out that unfortunately the great Flip Saunders has passed. I mean, your thoughts on this huge loss for not only the NBA but his family?
I think it's big in a couple of different reasons. When you think of Flip Saunders, you think about the growth of Kevin Garnett and the direction that Flip took the Timberwolves organization in, the direction that he was able to propel them where they were a struggling franchise when they were an expansion team. They got KG, Flip came in, and they got up to respectability. They was a market franchise, and to hear him gone, and you know, a couple of days before, you heard that he was out for the rest of the season because he's getting treatment, which everyone thought it was okay. Well, that makes sense. Then a couple of days later, to hear that he passed away. No, I don't think no one knew how bad his situation was for him to pass away so soon, only at the age of 60. And the doctor said it's very treatable, but it just goes to show you that, you know, cancer is something that everyone is still fighting. You know, it's a sad day, not only just for Minnesota, but it's a sad day for NBA fans across the nation as well.
Well said. Well said. On a personal note, I know Flip Saunders. His family somewhat pretty well. Actually danced with his 3 talented daughters, and his family is an example of Flip. Just great people, great human. Actually spoke to him last summer about the show, and he gave us some tips. He's like, oh, you know, do this, tweak this a little bit, and he didn't have to, but he took the time, and so he was a great guy. This is very sad. You talk about a man who came back to the Timberwolves in 2013 and had them up on the rise, and when he was gone, they were back, you know, struggling, and so it's just unfortunate. All the NBA coaches will wear a commemorative pin to commemorate the memory of Flip Saunders this year. It's just cancer.
I can't.
I mean, the research, the time into the research, we just need answers, and it's hard to get them.
Yeah, it's very sad. And just to continue that point, no, he had the Timberwolves going in a direction. And I think that's something that the Timberwolves organization kind of lacked for a little bit. You know, they had a lot of turmoil. They had a lot of things go up and down. But now that you have young talent with Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns and Levine, and you bring in some of the vets like Andre Miller, Tayshaun, and KG to come in and mentor those people, you have someone like Flip that had them progressing and had some type of direction. Now, I don't think they spurter. I don't know if that's the correct word, but I don't think they take any steps backwards. I think they continue that direction because of the vision of Flip Saunders.
Okay. I definitely think they're trending upward. Granted, this is a young team. Young teams don't win too well, especially in the West. But down the line, I see huge things in store for this squad. You know, Steve broke down the Bounce Brothers and all the new talent. And Flip has his hand on every single person on this roster. Not to mention, was looking for a coach last year, ended up doing it himself. If there was ever a man that you want to kind of mentor this group and really coach them on the field, who else other than the big ticket Kevin Garnett?
Yeah, I mean, in the Instagram picture that he took in a garage, I mean, it was heartfelt. I mean, you can't say too much more about that. It's, like I said, it's just a sad day for anyone to lose their lives. But you know, the NBA lost a pretty good man this past week.
We sport on deals, on court.
What's going on in the World Series? What's up? New York Mets, Kansas City Royals, tie. What's up? Who wins it all?
The moment you said New York Mets, I had to hold back the fan in me, but I'm going to let it loose. Let's go, Royals. I'm rooting for the Royals, okay? Granted, this is a little bit of haterade because of what the Mets bats and their pitching did to the Cubs, but hey, we talk about revenge tours that the Spurs were on after they lost to the Heat, came back and got revenge. The revenge tour that the Pats are on, the Royals are on a revenge tour. Not to mention they have one of the best closers in the game, Wade Davis, and that small ball, it works, okay? So when you get this close and then you have to wait a whole nother offseason to get right back into it and you find yourself back in the dance, you're thinking we are not going to let this slip through our fingers again. KC.
DeGrom, Harvey, Solengrad, Martz. 4 pitchers, Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're not talking about probably the famous pitcher that the Mets have, Bartolo Colon. But still, those 4 pitchers right there, then you add in Yoenis Cespedes, then the newfound David Murphy, smacking home runs left and right. Woo, boy, I'm telling you.
Boo that man.
Man, look, the Mets are nothing to play with now. I got the Mets beating the Royals.
Marv,
and they have better starting
pitchers. You name
pitcher.
dropping worse than a groupie right now.
Listen. They have better starting pitchers and they have better hitters than what the Royals have. And they all throw 95. I said it.
Test them. It's big bats for a small ball.
Big bats all day, any day.
Small ball. Let's go, y'all.
We sport on deals, on court.
So this past weekend, John Henson was approaching a jewelry store in the suburbs of Milwaukee.
Your hometown?
My hometown, to buy a watch. Recently just signed a big contract extension, number 14 overall pick a couple of years ago. And
UNC.
But what happened next was tragic. The store shut down the lights. They closed the door. They locked the door.
About 30 minutes early.
And proceeded to call the police because they thought he was some type of burglar. The cops searched his car. They asked him where did he get this car, even though it was part of a package endorsement deal from Chevy. But it goes to show you that no matter who you are, you can still be racially profiled no matter what. Now, for those that don't know where the store is located, it's kind of the equivalent of, I would say, Maple Grove. That's what I would say the equivalent to it is Maple Grove. It's a highly Caucasian area. Some African Americans go there, but it's different because there has been a lot of racial tension in that area before. It saddens me personally. First, he's 7 foot. What 7-footer do you know would be dumb enough to rob a jewelry store in that particular area, then come back? Second, it's disheartening when someone of African American descent can't go to a jewelry store just to get a watch. They don't know that he just signed a $44 million extension. That type of business is just bad it's bad on a whole lot of levels. We'll just leave it there.
A lot of takeaways from this. It's obvious how we feel about the situation. Granted, not to make light of a situation, but you've heard the joke when an African American robs something, his profile is anywhere from 4'4" to 7'11", and can range from anywhere. But I mean, if we could just bring it back to you, Mark, because I know this hits very, very close to home, and Milwaukee is one of the most segregated cities in the nation.
It's not one of the most. It is the most segregated city in America, and things haven't changed. I mean, you have the north side where a lot of African Americans stay, south side is where a lot of Hispanics stay, west side is kind of a combination of white, Jews, and Asians, and the east side you got a combination of black and Hispanics. So when you get outside the city into the suburban area, then that's where a lot of racial tension happens. So to see that this occurred, it's not anything new. It's not. I mean, it's a surprise, but it's not anything new for me. So I just don't understand it. I don't know what can happen, but I think it's a valuable teaching tool for someone of younger age to understand what happened. I don't think that he should have went to social media to do so. I think he should have went to a grander stage to talk about him being racially profiled. An article in the newspaper, him being on the Fox TV station down there, or ABC or NBC or CBS, to talk about what really happened. I'm glad that the Bucks organization stood behind him.
Awesome.
About what was going on and didn't leave him out there to dry by himself. But I don't know what else to say about it, man. I really don't.
There's not much else to say. Appreciate your input. I think he was right to go to social media. You discussed the huge TV stations come get the story. They're going to come get the story regardless, okay? Social media, the nice thing about social media, we discussed the ugly last week in terms of crazy fans badgering professionals and college players, but it's a way to connect to these players, okay? And so it's a chance for them to let their voice be heard and get it out there for what's going on inside their life. So, man, by all means, put it on social media. Let's talk about this jewelry store, and don't shop there. People are going to continue to shop there, but.
People are going to continue to shop there, but I would hope that this is a big enough stage to say maybe we should examine our practices, and that African Americans, the people that used to shop there, should make a stand and say we're not going to give them our dollar, and really put an imprint in their wallet, because that's the only way that they're going to understand and listen.
Money talks. Money talks.
We sport on deals, on court.
Ty, what's up?
Dallas Cowboys. I mean, are you guys going to win another game before Romo and Dez come back? What's up, Marv? Let us know.
Nope.
Short and sweet.
Nope. You know why?
Why?
Because you got new players coming in acting like they run a team.
Preach. Speak on it.
You know what I'm saying? What? You just got here. We've been here. You just got here. You was gone for 4 games, but you just got here. Yo, I'm not going to say his name in the streets because I don't want him coming after me personally. I'm not going to say his name. But that dude crazy. That dude, something with that dude, he ain't got it all, man. Look.
Straight like that.
He went to the special teams coach and smacked the clipboard out his hand and cussed out the special team. Look, man, he ain't got it all, man. That's what's wrong. Look, when you bring in people like that, that's what's wrong with your franchise, man. Stuff like that. I know Dez and Romo hurt, but that right there, that right there can cause a man to fight in the locker room, man. Stuff like that. Like, you went to a coach, coordinator. We don't like the players that's being called. I don't like how you running the special teams.
That's the Percy Harvin trend. You heard that Percy Harvin beat up his college wide receivers coach?
Hey, look. Yo, man, that man crazy, man. I'm not saying his name. But y'all know who he is. That man crazy. And the look he gave him, look, that man crazy, man.
Shoot, next question. No comments. Next question.
Hey, I ain't dealing with dude, man. He crazy. Ty, that man crazy. That man ain't got it all.
Or but.
That man ain't got it all. Nope. Thoughts on the Cowboys? Anything to add?
Oh, you don't say everything here? Okay, let's add this. Jerry Jones, are you going to keep this silver platter in front of this man? His suspension was already reduced from 10 to 4. He shouldn't even be on the field right now.
Message.
And what he did over the weekend on that sideline, you have Dez, the one who's trying to calm everybody down. Imagine what. Now, I don't want to slander anyone's name, but we're not going to say his name. Imagine what could have taken place, hypothetically, allegedly, behind closed doors with no one seeing. So.
And they talking about signing him to a long-term deal. They just keep on enabling this man.
We sport on deals, on court.
Ty, I see you got the orange on.
Halloween.
Yep, I see you got the Ty.
Steve, I hear you chuckling. Cut it out.
Ty. Voice of God, thank you. What's up? What's up with the University of Miami football, man? Look, I went to church, started like 11, got out like 11:30, and these boys were down like 35-0. What's up with you? What's up, Ty?
All right, so first of all, Al Golden came in at a bad time. We know about the sanctions. Documented in 30 for 30 series, the U and the U Part 2, Nevin Shapiro. So that was just tight. No one wants to come play for a premier program that has a postseason ban. So now that he's finally there, things are on the up and up. You have Brad Kaya. When you're starting behind the 8 ball and you have to go up against Clemson, you have to go up against FSU year in, year out. I know the ACC isn't a conference to be too scared of, but Clemson and Florida State, those are competitors year in, year out. Now, granted, they shouldn't have lost to Rutgers. They shouldn't have lost to, not Rutgers, Cincinnati. You can't lose to Cincinnati.
Ty, they lost. This was the worst. Look, This is how you get a coach fired.
58-0.
Losing a 58. Oh, yeah, that's how you get a coach fired, man. That's how you get a coach. Man, look.
Hey, word on the block is, John Franklin doesn't want the job.
Nope.
Charlie Strong says he's good at
He
Tejas.
laughed at it.
Lane Kiffin's name's been thrown out there.
Hey, if you're going down with the ship, you might as well have someone that's dirty. I mean, that's the only way that they won. Hey, look. Hey, it's the University of Miami. You might as well have a little dirt on you. That's how you get hired.
I'm going to throw out one name. I mean, this gentleman left the big-time program when high and dry when it got kind of hard. I mean, Pete Carroll. I mean, Seahawks are kind of struggling. So if you want to just leave and go from one coast to another, the U needs a big name. A big name. I don't think Pete Carroll's going to leave. But the Rich Eisen show.
Chip.
Ed Reed was talking to Rich Eisen, and he said if they came with the right, the right details, he may consider it. And so, I mean, he's never coached, but when you get a big-time name, alumni Hurricane, future Hall of Fame player, hands down, that's how you invoke change. You heard them Hurricanes on Twitter.
Yeah,
they was mad. Ain't no punchline to that. They was mad.
yeah, that wasn't no LOL. They was serious.
We sport on deals, on court.
What's up with my Green Bay Packers going out to Denver and putting a smack down on these boys coming up this next weekend?
Okay.
That's what I say.
My man's fortune teller.
Yep, that's what I say. What you say, Ty? What you say, what's up with that?
Go Denver! For those who used to watch South Park, go Denver, go Broncos!
Oh, gosh.
I'm rooting for Peyton. Never rooting for Peyton so hard. Two great quarterbacks. One in his prime, one not. But, man, that defense is elite. Wade Phillips got them boys playing out there. DeMarcus Ware rested last week, and he going to be back. Von Miller. And them corners, man. It's going to be, I think you put Chris Harris on Cobb, and you put Aqib on James Jones. What, you expect Richard Rodgers to beat you? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be, I think Rodgers' legs will be the difference, but that defense is so good.
I know Green Bay's
Denver's
defense.
Green
Bay's defense is so good.
Now Green Bay's defense is like right here.
Oh, really? Because I think they're top 3 in points per game.
Stats are for losers. They relish them.
But they are in the top of points per game, up there with the Denver Broncos. Here's my tale. There's 2 different points I want to make. One, like you said, I think you have those 3 cornerbacks. You have Aqib, you have Chris Harris, you have Roby. That's going to match up with James Jones. That's going to match up with Cobb. That's going to match up with Devontae Adams. Ty Montgomery. I don't know who the 4th corner is for Denver, but I guarantee Ty Montgomery is better than he is.
How's Montgomery's ankle or his knee?
He'll be fine. Just like DeMarcus Ware back, I see you fast forward through that. But the real question is, how's Peyton Manning's arm? Let's talk about that. How is his?
Let's state the facts.
Let's state the facts. I'm going with the quarterback that can go throw 20 yards down the field. Ty, are you confident enough that Peyton can throw it 20 yards down the field on a rope as a good spiral, not one of the wobbly ducks that he's been throwing out there as of late?
His name is Demarius, okay? You don't need to throw a good pass.
I'm not talking about those punts he's normally throwing out to his receivers. I'm not talking about, look, if the Browns get 3 interceptions, hey, the Packers can at least get 3. They could tie 3. So you giving Aaron Rodgers 3 more chances to score points? Please. 24-21, 24-20, Green Bay.
24-20? Mm-hmm. Nah, I can't give Green Bay 17 points. We'll say 26-23. Go Denver!
Yeah, whatever.
We sport on deals, on court.
But to wrap up the show, Ty, fuel to the fire. We don't need no water.
Let the mother
burn. And this person that burned this week,
let him burn.
Ty,
Ryan Mallett, man, what are you doing, man?
Ty, how you get fired on your day off? Ty, he got fired on his day off. Look,
hashtag questions that need answers. You see it.
Yo, he got fired on his day off. I asked Voice of God and I asked Dominic Jones, how in the world do you miss a team flight?
And then come out of pocket and fly coach.
Oh, he flew coach?
He probably flew coach.
Yeah, he probably did fly Southwest.
Good deals with Southwest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, I mean, if y'all want to throw some sponsorship dollars, that's on y'all. He dropped in the draft because of this. We saw in Hard Knocks, after they announced that Brian Hoyer was the starter, my man, he overslept his alarm. How convenient. Came to the gym like, I got to be a leader. Oh, I didn't mean to do this for the team, man. I'm so sorry. I'm going to apologize. Oh, man, he slurped he slurped the Texas GM to stay, and then this happens. He's a lost cause, man. He's a lost.
Dude,
I don't know.
He got fired on his day off for missing it. I've never heard any NFL professional miss a team flight.
Never should you ever miss a team flight and have to fly yourself out to a game.
Not never have I ever.
All types of double negatives.
Missed the team flight.
You know what? They was probably roasting him on the sideline. That's why they got spanked by Miami, man.
They said that the head coach wanted to cut him before he got there. Everyone fell in love with Bill O'Brien from Hard Knocks. But Dan Campbell, can you imagine what Dan Campbell would do if Mallett was his quarterback? He would have had to do Oklahoma drill. He missed the team flight as a quarterback, bro. Like the quarterback, we might could leave without J.J. Watt, but we need a quarterback.
Not to mention, Hoyer could have been taken out of the game at any moment. Now, no matter how bad Hoyer plays, they're like, you the best we got.
Oh, Ty, that is the joke of the day. Add more fire, add more fuel, and let that bad boy burn. Woo, that's funny. Woo, that's good for the soul right there.
We sport on deals, on court.
Very good for the soul. Know what else is good for the soul? Watching Phirst Contention. So for those of you who stuck with us, we appreciate it. Don't forget, like the video, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. While you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. After watching, like we said, just share it. Feel free to post it on Facebook, Twitter, all the social medias,
all that good stuff, So for myself, voice of God, Ryan Mallett, he's doing the same thing that we're doing right now. My man. And for Taiwo Sosinas, signing off.
Trey's up.
Ride with Phirst Contention, that's full throttle in. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention. Phirst Contention. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention. Game face grit, like born for playoffs. Say it all in small time like payoffs.